Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, as I said in a previous video, I think what's going on right now in Syria is the West's second hot war, second front against Russia. The third one, they're working on it in Georgia. So the first one is in Ukraine, the second one I think it's in Syria or the Middle East, Iran as well, and the third one, as I said, it's in Georgia, in the Caucasus. So what's going on over here? Russia has a military presence in Syria because it's invited legally by the legitimate president, ruler of Syria. We're going to discuss here what the Russians did supporting the Syrian army in fighting the Russians call them terrorists, the Americans, the free world, call them rebels, and nevertheless those rebels are supported by the free world, and the United States has a contingent of about 900 troops illegally deployed on the independent sovereign country of Syria. But hey, they are helping the democratic forces, right, meow meow? Democratic forces, thank you for stopping by, they call it a civil war, to depose Bashar al-Assad, the president of Syria, like they did with Viktor Yanukovych in 2014 in Ukraine, and how they did it many times in South America and many other locations. CIA works hard. All right, so what happened here? The Americans do not support, they just train these separatists since 2011 at least, when this garbage started in Syria, and then it was the ISIS, if you remember, sponsored, I don't know by whom, but they have a lot of weapons. Where from? I don't know, man. Can't you figure out who produces those weapons to stop them? I mean, please. Anyway, for me, it's clear who. It's clear, based on evidence, who supported, who funded, who provided those bad dudes with weapons. And before them, Al Qaeda, and before them, the Mujahideens, and so on. Well, what don't you do for freedom and democracy? Don't, right? Everything. So the Russians who are invited, and they have over there a military base, at least in Syria, at least one, they helped the Syrian government, and they destroyed, according to the Russians, 5 headquarters, 7 arms depots of terrorists in Aleppo. So I'm going to show you where that occurred, what this implies, and what if the Russians go on the American occupied territory in Syria? What would that happen? That's another war between the proxies initiated by the evil Russians. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a history of Syria. Not necessarily history, but some information so you understand that Syria is not a 3 million population country, I don't know, like the Baltic states, 1.5, 1.8, 2.5, that kind of country. It's not that. And it's a legitimate country. Is it the United Nations? They have their own government. They have their own political, military, and economic system. It's up to them. They don't have to be like us. We don't have to be like them, even though we think we're better, always. We think. Is it true? All right, so let's start with this first article. Sputnik. Syria. Russia hits 5 headquarters, 7 arms depots of terrorists in Aleppo. Russia hits. All right, these are the Suhois, beautiful Suhois. 34. Sukhoi 34s. The armed forces of Syria and Russia have destroyed 5 headquarters and 7 weapons depots of terrorists in the province of Aleppo and Idlib in past 24 hours, the General Command of the Syrian Army said on Monday, and I'm quoting, over the past 24 hours, as a result of airstrikes, cannon and rocket artillery of the Syrian Army in coordination with friendly forces on terrorist positions and their supply routes in the provinces of Aleppo and Idlib, 5 headquarters and 7 warehouses with ammunition and drones were destroyed. You don't know who makes these drones and ammunition? The military says in a statement. Syrian and Russian troops have also eliminated more than 400 terrorists, including foreign mercenaries, in the past 24 hours. What's the foreign mercenaries? So the Syrian Defense Ministry also stated on Thursday that the government army had engaged in battle with the terrorists who attacked the provinces of Aleppo and Idlib. I will show you where that is. In violation of the de-escalation agreement, groups that are part of this guy's terrorist organization, formerly Jabhat al-Nusra attacked villages, settlements, and military positions on a wide front in the province of Aleppo and Idlib. Why? At whose orders? They just woke up with their hard on and decided. That's according to the Syrian Defense Ministry. So let's see, where is Aleppo? So this is a little map of the kind of Middle East, and then you have some Europe. Here is the Black Sea. This is the Mediterranean Sea. This is Syria, Turkey, obviously Russia. You have Georgia here. Then you have Iran underneath there. You have Iraq. Then you obviously have Lebanon. You have Israel. All right, West Bank and all that thing here. You have Egypt. You have Saudi Arabia. And let's move on. So it is in the northwest of the country. Don't worry, we got more maps. Right here. Clearer than that one, I guess. Syria is right here, Lebanon over there, Jordan right here. All right, so here is in the northwest. Next one. So Aleppo and Idlib are right here, and this located in this area. So the city of Aleppo is here, the city of Idlib is here. Now, where is it? Damascus is right here, so the capital is in the south. This occurs in the northwest. Now the Americans, look at my cursor right here, right? It have about like this out of this country. Like this. The oil is right here. 90% of the Syrian people's oil is right here. And the Americans are sucking it dry under the armed, supervision, and is transferred to Iraq. And then to whomever they think. So this is where things occur, in this area right here, by Turkey. And Turkey will come here and will do something else. Let's talk about Syria. So Syria, officially the Syrian Arab Republic, is a country in West Asia located What I'm interested is right here, with a population of 25 million people, which is Iraq. Iraq was, I think, 24 million. An area of is the 57th most populous of the 87th largest countries. What do we have here? Let's look at this. Ethnic groups. 90% Arabs, 9% Kurds, and 1% are other. Religion, Islam 87, and then you got 10% Christianity, 3 Druze. Government, which is none of our business what government they have. None. It says here, unitary, neo-Ba'athist. Also spelled Ba'athism is an Arab nationalist ideology which promotes the creation and development of an unified Arab state through the leadership of a vanguard party, one vanguard party, over a socialist revolutionary government. You got it? And then obviously let's say presidential republic under a, here is Wikipedia for you, under a totalitarian hereditary dictatorship. President, vice president, prime minister, speakers, rupupup. So this is Syria. This is what's going on over there. Those guys just woke up the insurgents or the rebels. Like, what's his name? Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. Okay, that's what it is. Rebel Yell right there in Syria. Who's destabilizing it? Who occupies Syria in the first place? Who occupies Syria? The forces of the good? Correct. And that's you and I, supposedly. Did we agree with that? Nah. But why? Go and work, pay taxes, shut the fuck up, get your boosters, wear masks while you drive alone in the car and all that. This is, the brave. So my friends, what's going to happen? The Russians will pick them up. The Americans will sponsor these guys probably with their Western backers, and there's going to be a second front. They think they're going to drain Russia of resources through that. It's a little problem. I don't know exactly how the Russians bring their, probably through the Mediterranean, but how they bring more support over here. They can fly over what? Turkey. If Turkey closes the airspace, are they going to go? With the boats here? They can, but, these guys closed for the military. The Bosphorus and Dardanelles are closed to enter the Black Sea. I don't think they're closed for exiting, so Russia can always bring things to Syria. Now you got Iran, they open their airspace, definitely. What else? To the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean, you have obviously the entrance from the Mediterranean, from the Atlantic Ocean, obviously, and that's another British, how do they call them? Just a piece of rock right there at the entrance of the Mediterranean Sea. And if these guys don't want you to pass through, they can close it. But no, the imperialists are the Russians, not the Brits. No. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know? Okay, just look up the map over there where the tip of the most southeastern point of Europe touches Africa. Yeah, exactly. The rock of, thank you very much for being with me again today. The Russians will fight over there, and we're going to fight for freedom and democracy. And they will do it in our name. In our name. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.